Hey, welcome to a new video. A baby monitor is a device that parents use to keep an eye on their sleeping kids when they're not in the same room. Interestingly, over the years, there's been multiple reports of parents hearing strange and unexplained sounds through their baby monitors. Today we'll show you the 20 creepiest things that have been captured on baby monitors. Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video. Number 20. In this video, we see one of the parents looking at the baby monitor while their baby tries to fall asleep. But at some point, something quite creepy happens. A few seconds into the video, while the baby's still awake and moving around, its beloved and seemingly innocent teddy bear starts moving. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this footage? Could it be the work of a spirit or a demon? And could it be malevolent? The parents who uploaded the video claim that they haven't manipulated anything, and that this actually happened. Could the bear near the baby possibly be possessed? Who knows, but this is probably one of the creepiest moments you could experience when suddenly witnessing something paranormal happening near your baby. Number 19. This family in Highland, Michigan shared the story of a man who lived in the house before them and died by jumping out of a window. Since then, the family claims that their house is haunted, and they've had several terrifying experiences. One night, their 15-month-old baby woke up after a transparent figure walked by her crib, which was captured on camera. When the parents first saw the video footage of the transparent figure, they were terrified. The parents also claimed that they were scratched by the ghost multiple times, and they eventually called in a paranormal team. Unfortunately, the paranormal team couldn't do anything about the situation, and they couldn't get rid of the ghost that walked by the crib. Because of this, the parents decided it was better to move since they couldn't sleep anymore. Number 18. When looking at camera footage capturing something in the dark in general, your mind can sometimes play tricks on you. That being said, when you watch this next video footage, you'll see that there appears to be a creepy creature hovering above the baby's crib. When the parents of this baby first saw this, they called the grandmother to get a second opinion. When the mother walked into the room and decided to turn on the light, the creature disappeared out of thin air, which was quite a disturbing moment. This was also the last time that the mother had an encounter with the strange creature hovering above her baby's crib. To find out what this creature was, they checked the sheets and cleaned the entire room. No reflections, no dust, yet every time the baby went to sleep, a strange face or creature appeared, always at a specific time. When various people online saw the video, they noted that it resembled what they had seen during sleep. They believed it was a sleep paralysis demon. Does this look familiar to you? Let me know in the comments. Number 17. When the baby grows up and watches a horror movie, they'll have terrible flashbacks to the demon face that stared at them every night in their sleep. Can you imagine being a parent of this child? To peacefully turn in your sleep and groggily glance at your sleeping baby, only to then see a terrifying face looking into the baby's crib. Even people who don't believe in the paranormal got quite a fright after watching this video. The woman also says that this event turned her life upside down. Some people think it might be a mask, or they hope that the video had been edited with digital animation. But many people in the comments agree that it's a sleep demon, and they've experienced similar things themselves. If you as an adult turned around and saw that face in your room or next to you in bed, you probably wouldn't be able to sleep ever again. Number 16. When this small family moved to Springfield in 2015, they enjoyed the peace their suburban home brought them. That was until their home was invaded. This happened not once, but twice within just 6 months. Besides signs of a break-in, the intruder was caught in the act. He was seen on the baby monitor as he roamed around the house. The baby monitor was there to keep an eye on the 4-month-old baby. In the middle of the day, the thief broke a side window, jumped on the trash can, and came in through the window. The first time he didn't take anything, but the second time you can see him wandering through the house. However, there's a moment when he freezes and you can see him clearly and briefly for a moment. You might even swear that there's something inhuman about his features. Startled because someone had noticed him, he quickly made an escape through a second-story window. The strange thing about all this is that he never stole anything. Number 15. Some view the creepy sounds as evidence of something extraterrestrial when a possessed baby monitor started making sounds. On the other hand, there's a rational explanation where baby monitors might intercept frequencies. The unclear voices heard in the video can evoke ideas of spooky entities or paranormal phenomena. However, some also say that the baby monitor may simply be malfunctioning. Baby monitors work using radio waves to transmit audio or video signals between the monitor and the receiver. Sometimes these devices can unintentionally pick up other signals or frequencies in the vicinity, known as radio frequency interference. This interference can manifest as distorted or garbled sounds, which could explain the strange noises in the video. On the other hand, the monitor could genuinely be haunted, or it might have turned into a strange frequency of extraterrestrial beings. Which theory are you leaning towards the most? Number 14. So far, anyone who doesn't believe in ghosts might have shrugged off strange and unexplainable lights, sounds, and shapes in baby monitors. But this next incident is 100% real and can happen to anyone, making it all the more terrifying. A couple from Houston got the shock of their lives when they suddenly heard a man's voice coming from their toddler's room. They rushed to the child's room, only to find their little daughter there alone. But the man's voice continued. He could be heard saying her name and talking to the baby. However, this time it wasn't a ghost from the other side communicating with her. It was a real man who somehow hacked into the baby monitor. He not only could see the baby, but also talk to her, making the situation quite disturbing. Fortunately, since the baby was born deaf, she couldn't hear the hacker talking to her. But the couple quickly unplugged the baby monitor and informed the authorities to track down the hacker. They found that he had accessed the baby monitor through their internet connection. Believe it or not, there are numerous cases where hackers have hacked baby monitors to talk or watch babies. If you have a baby monitor, make sure to check it thoroughly. Number 13. If your toddler tells you that there's ghosts in their room, don't immediately dismiss it as childish babble or the result of an overactive imagination. Instead, consider the frightening possibility that your son is actually interacting with spirits. In this case, the family's 3-year-old son reportedly told his parents multiple times about ghosts in his room. But eventually they decided to install a baby monitor in the nursery. When both parents were watching the camera, they couldn't believe their eyes when they suddenly saw a ghost figure or light around the baby. Both parents were shocked as they watched the baby monitor. Could this be a ghost taking care of the baby? A departed loved one? Who knows? Would you believe a toddler if he told you there was a ghost in his room? Let me know in the comments. Number 12. It's rare for a ghost to actually physically harm people in the real world. Normally, they wouldn't have enough power for that. However, according to believers in the paranormal, they can sometimes be capable of this when they're angry or desperate. This is exactly what happened in the next video with 2 girls playing in the living room. Unfortunately, very little info is known about the video. While the girls were playing, it seems that one of them is pushed over by an invisible force. The parents reacted immediately, but everyone in the room was confused. The girl started crying, and the mother tried to comfort her while trying to understand what had just happened. Initially, they had thought the girl had accidentally fallen, but when they reviewed the camera footage, they saw that the girl had been mysteriously pushed by an invisible force. Pretty creepy, huh? Number 11. A grandmother was deeply disturbed after capturing an image while monitoring her grandchild's room. Her 2-year-old granddaughter, Amber, had allegedly spoken to an invisible entity multiple times during the night. Therefore, the grandmother decided to place a camera in the girl's room. A few days later, she opened the camera app and was confronted with a terrifying figure with a horn on its head and long claws standing over her granddaughter's bed. The grandmother interpreted the figure as a demonic presence. The eerie incident occurred just before 3 in the morning, and the figure in the image appeared to be in an uncomfortable position, looking up as if it knew someone was watching it and acknowledging its presence. Frightened by the alleged malevolent entity, the woman attempted to cleanse the house of its presence by burning oils. However, her efforts seemed to generate more paranormal activity. Like something out of a horror movie, the cabinets and curtains reportedly opened and closed on their own, and music began playing randomly and inexplicably without any clear cause. Number 10. In a chilling video that's recently surfaced, a baby monitor captures a series of strange and unsettling sounds, causing viewers to feel quite uneasy. The sound is difficult to describe, as it has a creepy and animalistic quality, reminiscent of possessed dolls. Just take a listen.
Stop! Please!
As you heard, the sounds resemble a mix between an animal's growl and an alien's cry. For many, this sound would have sent shivers down their spines. The person behind the camera quickly became distressed by the sounds, with fear and confusion clearly visible. This makes you wonder about the origin of the sound. Speculations about the video are running wild, with theories ranging from a malfunctioning baby monitor to supernatural or extraterrestrial intervention. Some viewers even draw parallels to chilling tales of possessed electronic devices. Would you simply throw away this baby monitor hoping it solves the problem, or would you consider moving? Number 9. Several psychology professors suggest that heightened parental anxiety about their newborn's safety can influence their perception of ghostly images. When people are very vigilant, their minds can play tricks on them, making them interpret ordinary events as supernatural. For example, when looking at this next photo, what do you see in this picture? Is it a sleep demon or a ghost? Or is it just your imagination? These parents from Los Angeles were startled when they discovered ghostly spots hovering around their sleeping baby. What would you do in a similar situation? Natalie and her husband, who saw the pink and purple spots on their baby's crib through their baby monitor, found it difficult to attribute these spots to movement. According to them, the spots also seemed to have a life of their own. Natalie recalls that when she first noticed the apparitions, her baby was in a deep sleep, making the mystery surrounding the incident even greater. What do you think these spots are? The result of an overactive parent's imagination, or something darker? Number 8. In this next video, a person captured an unexplained light on the baby monitor, hovering just above the children's beds. The light seemed to have no clear pattern of movement, and cast an eerie glow in the otherwise dark room. Strangely, the light was only visible through the baby monitor feed, and remained elusive when viewed in person. Even more mysteriously, the light would also retreat when the parents attempted to view it with their own eyes. Bewildered, they left the room, and just as mysteriously, the light reappeared when they checked the baby monitor again. What makes the situation even creepier is that the baby monitor was connected to 2 separate cameras in different rooms. The mysterious light exclusively manifested in the room where the children were sleeping, hovering above them and swaying back and forth. To make the situation even eerier, the person shared their beloved mother had passed away just 22 days earlier. Before she died, the father had asked her to watch over all 13 grandchildren and 20 great-grandchildren. Could this be her? What do you think? Number 7. Maritza is a 32-year-old mother who had a terrifying experience when she saw the ghostly face of a baby staring back at her through a baby monitor. She had put her 18-month-old son to bed shortly before this. Initially, she dismissed it as a trick of her eyes and tried to ignore the unsettling image. However, as her discomfort grew, she couldn't sleep anymore and became increasingly disturbed by the creepy sighting. Determined to unravel the mystery, she armed herself with a flashlight and quietly entered her son's room, carefully inspecting his surroundings. She felt around his crib, hoping to find an explanation for the ghostly phenomenon. However, her search yielded no answers, leaving her in confusion and tension. Could there be a ghost attached to her son? It wasn't until the morning that she could potentially uncover the paranormal incident. Upon opening the curtains and inspecting her son's room, she discovered a sticker with a baby's face on it underneath the bed. She realized that she had never noticed the sticker because she always used a mattress protector, which her husband had forgotten to put on the night before. Could this solve the mystery, or is there something more sinister at play here? Number 6. The next terrifying incident left the residents of Billings, Montana shaken after capturing an intruder or ghost on their baby monitor. The incident left homeowners and local authorities baffled, searching for answers. The unsettling image shows a figure seemingly blending into the wallpaper with eerie, intensely glowing eyes. Is it a supernatural ghost or just a human intruder? When the homeowners discovered the disturbing image on their baby monitor, they immediately contacted the police. However, upon investigation, law enforcement found no signs of a break-in at the house. This made the photo truly unsettling, as the figure appeared to be translucent and had creepy glowing eyes. Some speculated that if the figure indeed was a ghost, this would have been the most convincing and well-captured paranormal photos ever seen. The incident also left homeowners in the local community unsettled. Rumors and theories circulated, ranging from stories of restless spirits to potential intruders with supernatural abilities. What do you think was captured on camera here? Let me know in the comments. Number 5. According to the story, a mother had just put her child to bed and was quietly trying to leave the room. But you might be wondering, why is she on the floor? Well, unfortunately, we don't know the answer to that. And it's indeed strange behavior, almost as if the woman's being possessed by something supernatural. Could it be that a demon is at play here? Analyzing the situation, we see a crib with the baby, a stuffed tent, and an open door in the room, all captured by a security camera focused on the room. However, why the eerie woman with glowing eyes appears to be crawling on her back across the floor remains unclear, but it's certainly creepy. Number 4. Here we have another video in which a baby monitor captures eerie sounds. The person in the video mentioned that they regularly hear strange music coming from this device. Listen for yourself. Despite troubleshooting, the creepy music persisted, often coinciding with their baby waking up. The parents also diligently searched their child's room, only to find that the toys capable of making noise had their batteries removed. With no logical explanation, the parents' imagination began to wander, wondering if their baby was a secret piano prodigy hiding a piano under the bed. Or, the more plausible reasoning, a ghost was playing music for their child. Interference from external sources, such as neighboring electronic devices or radio waves, could potentially be responsible for the unusual music. It's possible that the baby monitor was picking up signals from nearby devices and accidentally transmitting the sounds through its speakers. Another possibility is a technical defect with the baby monitor itself. Flaws or malfunctions in the device's circuitry can cause it to generate random sounds or pick up signals from unexpected sources. However, what's strange is that even if the baby monitor were accidentally tuned into the frequency of another device, such as a radio, the music appears to come from a moving source. Number 3. Pareidolia is a psychological phenomenon, meaning you see familiar patterns in random things. Possible malfunctions in electronic devices could explain the appearance on the baby monitor. That being said, you can't deny the power of someone's gut feeling that there's another presence in the house. This video comes from a woman named Jade, a resident of Australia who was distressed after having a ghostly encounter through her baby monitor. It leaves you wondering whether it's a ghost or something else. As Jade watched her daughter Ruby sleep peacefully, a shadowy figure suddenly appeared on the screen. Astonished, Jade later confirmed that the door was closed and no one else was present in the room. What made this encounter particularly fascinating was the apparent serenity of the spiritual presence. The figure seemed to exude a reassuring aura while gazing at the sleeping baby. However, Jade expressed reassurance that the spiritual being was indeed watching over her child. She even noted that it seemed as if the figure was gently stroking the baby's head. In Jade's interpretation, this benevolent presence could be a deceased family member, possibly a grandmother or a great-grandmother taking on the role of a caregiver. Number 2. Babies typically sleep in their cribs, but in this case, the baby appears to be possessed and climbs on top of the crib. This toddler named Connor was captured on camera when the babysitter wasn't in the room. The baby climbed onto the crib railing, had glowing eyes, and according to the babysitter, had been screaming in the middle of the night. Connor's parents were also shocked and had no idea what happened to make their son look so possessed. Connor managed to balance himself on the side of the crib for an impressive 22 seconds before falling backward onto the mattress. Many people in the comments were terrified by this creepy scene, while others dismissed it as a sign of possession. The crying heard in the video only added to the chilling atmosphere. Some people suggested that Connor was being held in place by a benevolent spirit. It appeared, though, as if he was reaching out to be embraced by an invisible presence. What do you think Connor saw? Number 1. If the companies that made baby monitors were to advertise their cameras, this fully possessed baby would be the last photo they'd use. However, this wasn't the only time a possessed baby was captured on camera. In this photo, we see a baby standing outside of his crib, and the mother mentioned that her child was softly singing in a creepy tone. But it can get even creepier. In this photo, we see a baby with a demonic look that, according to most people in the comments, appears 100% possessed. Everyone, including the mother, agreed that he looked possessed. Some even told his mother to have his son rebaptized. Do you have a baby monitor, and have you ever experienced anything paranormal with it? Let me know in the comments. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we've made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.